Welcome to Moonlight Madness. We are reading today for the Sun, the Air, Sun, Moon, Rising 2021, December 27th to the 30th. And we're coming into the end of 2021. It's been an awful year for a lot of people. What we're also finding is that we're coming into the new Chinese New Year, which will be, I think, February 16th to 19th. Officially, that's when it's the new year in China, and it is the year of the tiger. So we're coming out of the year of the bull, which is Taurus energy, and we're going into I guess the tiger is like a Leo energy, but not really, it's just a tiger energy. Very lucky period. So if you've got tiger in your chart, I've got tiger in mine. I'm the tiger, and so it's probably going to be a better year for me this year. We've got the first card I pulled off the rank, if you have air in your chart, whether you're sun, moon or rising, is the Queen of Swords. And she's pretty much the snow queen, the ice queen, Frozen. There you go, Elsa. She's very strong, very patient, very self-sufficient, funny, very smart, knows what she wants, won't tolerate games, likes games but doesn't tolerate people playing or toying with her emotions. It can represent an Aquarian, Gemini or Libra energy. They may find you or call you the junkyard queen, not to your face, but you love finding stuff people are leaving on the side of the road. You may collect things. You like restoring furniture. It might be a hobby of yours. For some people, I'm getting wood paneling. Don't know, that's for someone out there. Someone who likes wood or wood through their house, wooden floorboards. It just says here it can represent someone who's unmarried, divorced, widowed, or just someone who's very independent, and the energy might come out as being independent. If you have air in your chart or fire, you may have a rather explosive temper. You're able to whip yourself up into a frenzy or anger. The Queen of Pentacles is crossing your path. This is a card that represents a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. You can see that she's got a little tiny animal at her feet. That's a little, it's a rabbit, which represents prosperity and abundance. But also, you may like, as a earth sign, small animals, not big animals. You might be scared by big animals. So you may have a small cat, small dog, chihuahua, something like that. Just as you're not fond of big cars or big things, because you've got quite a quiet personality. You're not a big personality. I think you're quite introverted. You could have Virgo in your chart. The next one we've got is, what it's saying is that you also could like interior design. You like fabric, velvet, silk, mink, luxurious fabrics and an eye for design. Good at making a room look good. You might be redecorating your own home, and you like to spend money like water, so be very careful with your money. Be sensible. You love gardening. You're a good parent, and you love to swoop in and save the day like a fairy godmother. Rabbits mean prosperity. In the past, you've got the Eight of Summer. That's to do with more meaningful life or choosing to move on. You may have had to move country, town, city, place, because that was the end of the life path for you. There was no more lessons to learn, and 8 is a karmic cycle. So it's a karmic cycle winding out or down. 8 of Cups, and leaving, you might have taken just your backpack and left your belongings behind. It might have been a sudden movement, set off by thinking about, well, I want to move somewhere where I'm anonymous, where no one knows me. You might be a famous person by birthright. So it's saying here, you just want to go and hide in the cabin, in the woods. You want to be away from everything. To heal. And you may have just moved away from a troubling situation at work or home or a job change. The recent past you may have had, you feel like you've been harshly judged by a community or a set of people, whether it's because they're just judgmental or the old judging the new, which you can't put old shoulders on new shoulders. That's what I was always told. You have to respect everyone's age and stage and know that they might not be there yet, development-wise. And so you develop at your own rate. And we've got here judgment. Understanding your life's purpose, a call to fulfill your destiny. It's time for a review or a reset button in the past. You will need a good map a journey overseas, recent past, moving from a colder climate to a warmer one. And then here, this is this because it's coming to you. It's like a birth of something, a birth of a baby, a birth of a business, a birth of something. And it's like to start, or you're planting something in the garden and it's starting to sprout. There's a new job that's coming up for you, a new career opportunity. And it can mean that you've got fire in your chart as well. A lot of people have fire in their air. So you like to start projects, and you might be in marketing or public relations, or be very daring and fearless. Pursue your dreams or your own business, a thriving business idea. Then we've got the moon. The moon represents things that go bump in the night, things that we know that we don't know how we know. We just use our sixth sense to sense these things coming for us. So it's talking about remembering that sometimes sight is 20/20 for some people. Some people's sight may need to be tested. You might need your eyes tested because your sight may be uneven, or you might need an adjustment in your glasses. Bifocals, I'm getting 2. And we've also got the moon talks about powerful images. Maybe you see things that most people don't see to the naked eye. Like you might have had a near-death experience, and ever since then you might be able to see dead people. And that's like in The Sixth Sense in that movie. He's seen people that have passed over because he just can. He's born with the gift. So that's what some people may be having. And it is scary if you don't know how to handle it. But you just have to, what I do is I don't wear my glasses. And I wear my sunglasses. So I don't see things then. And that's cool. I'd much rather see them when I'm asleep. You may become a professional tarot reader, or you may go to one-on-one to get an idea on your future readings. Your new direction. Use your intuition on this one. Psychic awareness, no longer being afraid. Professional intuitive reader. A message is being sent your way. Signs on the buses. You might see a poster, it might be an ad for something. And you might go, oh, that's what I need to do. Give yourself a reading. And worry attracts more worry. Try not to worry so much. It's very difficult for an air sign, especially if you're a Libran or an Aquarian and Gemini. We live in our heads. We're very much overthinkers. We exist on the cerebral level. It's very hard to shut it off, the monkey mind. Very difficult. Then we've got here, yes, if you feel you need to make a change, whether it's a house move, a job move, do that thing to keep yourself safe. The Wheel of Fortune. It's a lucky phase. Sudden unexpected good luck, a new car or travel. You may be looking at going in the new year because you've got the dreamer, the fool. The fool card represents a new year or a new cycle. So I'm guessing January you might have a trip planned, and that's to go and visit family, generational family. You may have inherited a psychic gift from generation, passed down from generation. This ability to intuit things and know things before they happen naturally. And it's saying here, you might have to get a new house, you may make a move, you get a new car, you might get a new animal, a baby animal, and you may have a job driving. You might be a driver or a delivery driver. 10 of Pentacles is to do with making wise investments for retirement. And yeah, birthing something from the physical into the conscious. You may get things from your subconscious mind, not yet formed. The year is yet to be written. So you might have these ideas that you're planting or trying to bring to fruit. And they may start to come to fruit in 10 months' time from beginning of this year, January. Okay, so then you've got the Devil energy. I guess that's because this is the end of a cycle, the end of an era, 2021. So everything's winding down. So it's like a death of. You may have had a death in the family for some. Or you might be putting to bed some old habits, or you talking to someone about your addictions because you feel the need to give up something that's impacting on you mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. And you may be telling people, this is my New Year's resolution, this is my goal. You may be overthinking things. You may take a leap of faith out of fear, clouding your judgment. And love has no pride. Let go of blame, guilt and fear. You may be detoxing from food or substances. And a really good thing I found for detox is green tea. And the other one is miso soup. Gets rid of everything in your system. You may be visiting the laboratory quite a bit with it, but it does get rid of and flushes out any germs. So if anyone's got COVID, miso soup. A few people where I live were sick, I was sick, and I found miso soup was the only thing that helped me. If I didn't feel like eating with noodles or veggies in it, seemed to help. It's really, really good. And then we've got here the Dreamer. Talks about a new life, a new love, a new adventure, happiness and self-confidence. Begin with an act of faith. Beginning a personal transformation. That might be your body. You might want to lose weight. Express your plans to people around you. This is what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to join a gym. I'm hoping to meet a new partner. I'm hoping to start my own business. All these things you have to verbally say or write down. You could say, I want light in my life. You may have no light, so you might light a candle. The other day I wrote down, my mum lost power in her home. So I wrote her name and then light at the end of it. Within 40 minutes, the power was meant to come on in 3 hours. It came on in 40 minutes after I left the light on for 40 minutes. It's all about intention. Words, what we say, what we write, what we speak, what we think can attract things. So if you're worrying all the time and saying, I've got no job, I have no partner, I have nothing, I'm lacking all these things, then you will keep lacking those things. But if you say, no, I hope to meet someone this year, I hope to get a new job or a new place, you'll attract it. Any types of depression I find a good thing to get rid of is add a bit of sage. A bit of sage I'm burning at the moment, and most people might not like the smell of it. If you don't like the smell, that's because you're depressed. So if you burn it in your house, it gets rid of all your depression and negativity that might be contained in the four walls from lack of going outside. Now I'm going to get some cards. This deck I'm using is the Fairy Tarot by Doreen and Radleigh Valentine, and the Enchanted map by Colette-Baron-Reid. I like the compass on it. Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette-Baron-Reid as well. I just like Oracle cards to, I guess, find out what this new thing is. Is it a new baby that's coming into the world? Is it a brand new person? Or a pet? Or a new house? We'll find out. Sometimes the cards have lots to say, and other times they take longer. So I have to kind of visualise. So I got the other day cabinets of this beautiful big pool with, this might be for someone out there, I thought it was for my mum. It was a big pool, a house with a pool, and she had all these rainbow lorikeets in there, and they fell into the water. And my sons both jumped in to try and rescue the cage and the birds. They were okay, we rescued them. And then I saw my mum in a new house with panelling. So for someone who likes wood, or, wooden carvings, or does wooden carvings, that might relate to someone. You may make things out of wood. You may be, as a hobby, you may make, like I've had a flatmate that made chopping boards out of wood. So there you go, you may have that in your likes or type of things that you like, fabrics or, materials. If you're a builder, you may be a carpenter. You may make wooden floorboards. There it is. And you would jump out. So this is for someone out there who's an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Moon, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some of you may live or have lived once in a palace. You may have lived in a, Indian palace, or you might be a prince of something, a king of something. A golden palace. You may visit a golden palace as a holiday destination, like the Taj Mahal. It's for someone out there. Oh, and then you've got a one-ring circuit. Some of you may be Russian background. I don't know, it's just for someone out there. And then we've got the Wisdom of the Oracle. So with the new year coming in, that would be the tiger. Some of you may need to buy the tiger's eye. I've got one of them. Bought that from Rainbow Runner. I keep that in my purse. It's for protection. It's the ability to see things that are not visible to the naked eye. If you're having trouble sleeping, which I've had nightmares the last couple of days, howlite is really good for that. It's apparently induces sleep. If you can't sleep, go for a walk. I went for a huge walk the other day. I did like a 20k walk. Loyal heart. You may have a Leo in your chart or are friends with someone with fire in their chart, but it talks about loyalty. You may be loyal to a group of people. You may help a group of people. You may have a Leo that lives in your house. Very generous people. A tad bossy, overprotective, but generally really, really good heart. They usually like colour green too. Green seems to be a thing with Leos. Leo and Scorpios love green. Tauruses love green. So someone who's got emeralds or likes green, it maybe calms them down. If you've got fire, you need to wear more blues and greens. If you are naturally a cold person, or you've got, air in your chart, you're more of a thinker, you don't tap into your emotions, you may need to wear blues, purples, pinks to tap into the psychic ability. You may find for air signs, if they're a bit cold, they may need warming up with some red colours or some yellows or oranges to warm them up, to get their emotions, to tune into their emotions. Or pinks or maroons. I know, my son loves maroon. And he's a Scorp, and that's a card for Scorpio, blood ox colour. He had a lot of maroon when he was younger. I used to buy shirts for him, maroon. You may like the team, the manly. There you go. Chopping wood, cleaning house. Well, that's what we do. They say every New Year's people tend to clean their house, and they say if you clean your house on New Year's Eve, you'll be clean all year. But don't take your Christmas tree down until the 1st of January. That's the New Year. You may need to smudge stick your house. Get rid of some old energy. Someone may be having a birthday. Who's around you? Happy birthday. In January. So for all the Capricorns out there, I've got a niece that's having a birthday on the 2nd. So happy birthday to her. She's very girly, very feminine. But then she has a tomboy streak in her, which I love. I love she's both. It's always a good person to marry if you've got a bit of both in their chart. They're easy to get on with. 23, they're not precious about getting their hands dirty or getting dirty. She likes to play touch footy, I think. She switched from ballet to touch footy. I was shocked. But anyway, hey, works for her. 23. There is always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions. This card here. This is the Golden Palace, the one I dreamt about. I was visiting. Maybe I'm going to go visit that palace. So it's good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, and maybe perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards. This is what I was saying to my son today. You don't get measured by your job. Your job is just a job. That's not who you are. You're not your job. You're just you. So things come and go, jobs come and go, people come and go. And knowing your true value leads to you to greater riches now. Share the wealth. So if you get some sort of money, I'm sure if you won the lotto, air signs, you would share it with family and friends. 35, loyal heart. That's that tiger energy, or the tiger coming in because of the year of the tiger. 35. So maybe someone needs to take a lotto ticket out this week. I don't know what it's, something lotto or maybe Oz Lotto. Wisdom comes from participating. No, that's the wrong card. What have I got there? Sorry, I got this 15. Wrong card. This one's One Ring Circus. There's some Russians in the family, perhaps. You are capable and competent. Independence is key now as you step into your journey today. Others may not have the vision or resources that you need. Recognise that all the wisdom you've acquired along the way makes you particularly competent, capable of moving forward with assurance. Self-reliance is important. Another aspect to consider is creating and maintaining clear boundaries between you and another. By discerning about your partnerships at this time, when you know who you are and have a healthy sense of where you end and others begin, you're able to better enter into the kind of relationships that will attract people who mirror back your wholeness. Interdependent relationships are always mutually supportive, stimulating and transformative. You can achieve anything at this time. So it's the same to maintain boundaries between you and someone else's sadness or pain. You may be an empath and you may take on their energy when they call you or when you see them. Be careful how you absorb energy, is what it's saying there. Energy is fluid and it can pass a sad room, can impact on someone who's in an upbeat mood. 42. I know when I used to do massage, I would also take on some of their stuff or pick up something wrong with them, ailment-wise, as far as their musculoskeletal, their stomach troubles. I had one guy who was in charge of a hotel in Sydney, and he was sick. I felt really sick when I was around him. I said, you need to look at something. Check out your intestines, something going on. Your job's too stressful. I think he went home and had time off and got well, I'm hoping. 42. Oh, where are we? 42. Being grounded in everyday experience. Humility. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delights in the beautiful bloom. When it is in full blossom, the mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your thoughts, your energy to receive your moment, your intuition. It's a meditation. It could be reading, writing, fishing, bike riding, painting, public speaking, making a YouTube commercial. It's meditation. Nothing is important right now. It's just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everyone has to be hard-won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks that are at the centre of our awareness. This is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing. Stare into the space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke. Leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple. Just to be present. Funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. Now is the time to take small steps rather than large steps on the journey of creating your most prosperous life. Move your focus off your big dream and attend to the mundane chores. Focus on the little things that may have piled up while you've been mapping out the greater plan for life. You aspire to see manifest into reality. Chop wood, carry water. As the Zen Proverbs advises, wash dishes, walk the dog. While you're doing all that, spirit will have a chance to move mountains and set wondrous miracles in motion for you. Remain humble and aware of the present. Yeah. It just says you may be devoting too much time to dreaming and talking about your dreams. You have to get out there and do it. Get out of the chair and make it happen. Start with a small task. The big dream is in your head. Take one step forwards and the gods will take 10 steps towards you. So maybe physically you might be sending out energy for a job but not believing you deserve one. So maybe you need to go out physically and apply for a job in person rather than on the internet. Maybe in person, and how you present will catch the eye of putting a name to a face. You can look different on a piece of paper than in real life. In real life, when people see you, they might not see you as being part of their team or fit that workplace environment. So sometimes it's good to front up in a formal interview rather than online. You can get a sense of a person, how their mind works, how their analytical ability works, how they understand a question that's written on paper. It may be ambiguous and not have any clear right or wrong choice because it's the way it's worded. It's a way to trip people up. 26. Happy. 26. Where are we? Here we are. Joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment. Whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy. To a moment where you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. Your happiness is a result of you being one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing around in it. There are moments in a relationship when you feel good about whom you're with and you know that your heart is wide open. To befriend, to love, to care for another without wanting anything in return. This is kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right where you stand. Be grateful and delight in your relationship. If you're seeking one, be happy now. Happiness attracts more of it like bees to honey. This is the time to take pride in your accomplishments. You're doing good work, providing exceptional service, and are compensated for it. The world rains gratitude upon you, and you're happy with the results of your efforts and creativity. Isn't it amazing to consider all that you have done? Remember your partnership with Spirit in this moment too. Your soul has always known you could accomplish anything if it brought you joy. It tells you to lighten up. This is a time to be ridiculous and silly. It is the silly season because it's Christmas. So anyone who's really down in the mouth and cranky about everyone making noise and partying, well, that's poop to them. They're just a party pooper. Christmas is a time to be joyful and celebrate. And we may overindulge in too much food, too much cake, too much wine. But life's too short. You could be dead tomorrow. With COVID and everything, I reckon eat the cake, buy the shoes, drink the wine. Not too much of it though. That's what it's saying. Ease up on it, in moderation. But go and have some fun and be playful. Make laughter the order of your day. You'll be surprised how everything you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. Push and pull. Yeah. Use your currency wisely. Be mindful of the value others bring to your life. So if you're in a relationship, love is an exchange of life force. It grows exponentially when it's reciprocated. You must give and receive in order for the love to flourish and abundance to flow between you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow it to be filled. Let love in and let it flow out of you too. Love is truly yours today. Yeah, so that's a good card. Goodwill comes back tenfold when you give out. Next year's going to be a 6 card, so that's talking about doing goodwill. You may just offer to mow someone's lawn, offer to clean someone's house for them, not for money, just because you want to, not out of obligation, not because it's family, just because you want to help. You just want to be useful. So if you're offering to do those things, that's an exchange of currency. That's an exchange of your good heart, your good nature. If you can do that for someone else, volunteer at an animal shelter, volunteer information, volunteer advice, volunteer on treating someone who's sick, running up some soup to them, going to the shops for them. That's a volunteer, giving back. Then we've got, that's the end of that reading. So I hope that resonates with some of you out there. That's for air signs for the end of this year. We're going through a fallow time, and then we'll go into a new cycle. So the fallow time is the waning moon. The waxing moon is coming up. There's a new moon in January, which is also new energy. So try to do things. Don't ever cut your hair on a full moon. If you cut your hair on a full moon, you'll grow back twice as fast. Try and wait till after the full moon on a waning moon, then it won't grow back as quick. And anyone out there who likes to swim, try the salt water. It's better for you, especially with all this COVID going around. I think if you go in the salt water, you're less likely to get anything. And if you go in the salt water, there's blue bottles around. I would be heading towards the baths, the Newcastle Ocean baths if they're open, or the Merewether baths. Beautiful ocean baths, they're gorgeous, and they're salt. The salt's really good. It repairs sores, it fixes people, getting back into nature. The water is calming, makes you sleep better. That's why I think when I was a child, I'd always go to the beach with my mum, because when I'd go there, I'd fall asleep within half an hour of watching Sesame Street. And that was a good day. It wears kids out, they've got lots of energy, like I had heaps of energy. So some kids out there that need to wind down, take them to the beach. Let them be out in the sun and the sand. Vitamin C, sand, sun, they're all good vitamins, good for the body and the mind. Once everyone gets through this COVID, if you look at going to the pool, make sure they're chlorinated. Ask if they put lots of chlorine in it, and then go to it, because chlorine will get rid of any germs as well. I love swimming in chlorine as well. And the cleanest baths I've been to were Mayfield. Second to that, Lambton. I think Lambton's open over this break as well. Okay, hopefully that helps someone out there who's an air sign.